When will people start to wake up on how good I am at talking about pro wrestling? I feel like people kind of take me for granted in terms of I don't fly off the handle. I don't talk about stuff unless I do research on it. Let me say that once again. I never talk about stuff in my videos until I do research on a topic, then I can talk about it. I don't talk about stuff based on emotion without having a clear head. You know why? Because I'm a grown ass man. Let me say that once again. I'm a grown ass man. I'm not a child. That's what kids do. They fly off the handle based on emotion without trying to think from a logical standpoint. I always think from a logical standpoint. Let me read into it, then I will talk about it. If I hear, look, there's tons of people that always tell me stuff, right? Like, they think I don't know what's going on, but I always know what's going on. I'm just a dog, I'm not a mark, but I always know what's going on. When you tell me stuff in my comment section, I already know about it. But when people try to give me news about something that I don't know, I take it with a grain of salt, but I never take it seriously. When you tell me something that you heard like a damn rumor, dog, I'm not going to make a video about it until I do my due diligence and read up on what you just told me. If what you just told me was a bold-faced lie and I read up on it, guess what? I'm not going to talk about it. If you think it's news, I might not think it's news, right? I remember somebody told me, what do I think about the Jericho Appreciation Society going to PWG? I'm like, look, man, no disrespect. I don't give a damn about PWG. Why would you think that I would care? Bruh, the only wrestling I watch is WWF and All Elite Wrestling. I don't watch anything outside of those two shows, bruh. I don't care what's going on the indies. I don't care. That's irrelevant. I only talk about big stuff that's relevant. I now respect Sean Ross Sapp. I'm glad he finally seen the light. I'm glad he put that little dwarf in his place. I'm glad he put Danny DeVito from NY 206 in his place. He made him look stupid. That was a burial. You let Sean Ross Sapp son you? Bruh, you are down bad. That's a huge L. If Sean Ross Sapp made you look like a geek, a dork, a virgin, a damn child, that's a huge L on your reputation. This dude said that little midget was overreacting himself. That's a great phrase. Overreacting yourself. That's a great line. That's what he is. He never does research. Like, his fanboys, they tell him dumb stuff that's nothing more than a damn rumor, and he goes with it. He runs with it as facts without doing your research. You stupid midget moron. Right? Do not fly off the handle. Bruh, you are a grown ass man in your 40s. But you have the mindset of a damn 12-year-old. That's what 12-year-olds do. When I was 12 years old, guess what? I would have reacted the same way as you. But guess what? I was 12. I had no common sense, right? But I'm a grown-ass man. I like to read into stuff before I react to it, before I give my emotions, my feelings into that subject. I have to read up on it. If I think it's facts or I think it might happen, yes, I will talk about it. I never talk about stuff unless I have a passion about that topic. The fact that Sean Ross Sapp put that little dwarf in his place, he basically called him a liar. That's what he is. Look, Danny DeVito, he is a liar. That's what he is. Sean Ross Sapp, he called him a liar. He said, bro, you have no facts to back up anything you're saying. You just flew off the handle with no facts or evidence to back up your statements. It's like, bro, you played yourself like a mark. It's like, man, why does he have the following that he has? I don't get it. Like, I speak facts. I'm hardly ever wrong. But yet he's wrong 9 times out of 10, and yet he's popular. I don't get it. It's like, it's crazy. People like this guy, knowing half the roster has this guy blocked. Danhausen has this guy blocked on social media. Let that sink in. Montez Ford has him blocked. R-Truth has him blocked. And many more has him blocked. Right? I tried to warn you about this guy. I said, why is this guy saying that the WWF is doomed because Stephanie McMahon resigned? I'm like, bro, you need mental help. And guess what? Sean Ross Sapp, he co-signed what I was saying in my last video about this guy. He's a damn liar. He's a child in a man's body. He just says stuff for a reaction. He had no facts. He had no evidence. Yeah, you could say what he said was based on opinion, but no, that was not an opinion. He put those tweets out there like they were facts. Saying something, look, when you say something that's a fact, that's different from an opinion. Let me say that once again. There's a huge difference between a fact and an opinion. What he said was just a stupid opinion with no evidence or facts to back it up, but he ran with it like it was facts. That's what Sean Ross Sapp called him out on. It's like, bro, you are not in the business. You don't have any inside dirt. You get your info from your fanboys who eat, breathe these dirt sheet websites. You don't have any facts or evidence to back anything up. That's why you got called out by Sean Ross Sapp. That's a rare W for him. It looks like Sean Ross Sapp finally seen the light when it comes to this little dwarf clown. That's what he is. He is a dwarf. He's a dwarf clown. It's like, he really reminds me of Skip Bayless. That's who he is. That dwarf, he is Skip Bayless. He's the Skip Bayless of professional wrestling. That's facts. Now, that's a fact. That's not opinion. Tons of people hate Skip Bayless. Tons of pro athletes hate Skip Bayless. Same as half the WWF roster hates that dwarf. Half the All Elite Wrestling roster hates that little dwarf. But let's get back to, let's say Saudi Arabia. Let's say they did buy the WWF. I'm just using this as a hypothetical. It's not facts whether they bought it or not. I'm just saying, let's just say they did buy it. What would be the upside of them buying it? There's huge upside. Huge upside. Vince McMahon will be allowed to do anything he wants to. If the Saudis bought it, guess what? There will be no more budget cuts. Vince will no longer play to the goddamn stockholders. He won't kiss the ass of sponsors. You know why? Because they have unlimited amount of money, which means Vince can pay tons of people tons of money. They will never run out. There will be no more budget cuts because they got money on top of money when it comes to Saudi Arabia. They got money on top of money, man. So if somebody got cut from the WWF, it would be because of their performance and the fact that there's no more upside for their career. But it will not be because of a budget cut. See, now if they bought it, people will be cut based on their talent and not based on their salary. This is Saudi Arabia. They pay Brock $2 million per appearance. They pay Goldberg damn near $1 million, $2 million per appearance. They got money on top of money. They will no longer be under a budget. Nobody will be cut based on their contracts because these are the Saudis. They got money. Dog, they got generational wealth, which means Vince can spend all the money he wants to. He will no longer be afraid of sponsors. In fact, this might actually help the program. Who was the reason why these shows are now damn near PG? It's because of the sponsors. How come we don't see tons of male on female contact? It's because of the sponsors. Well, if the Saudis buy it, why would Vince care about losing sponsors if he got Saudi money that's unlimited? Now the sponsors are gonna have to kiss Vince McMahon's ass because guess what? He don't need their money. Right? He don't need their money. The Saudis paid him billions and billions of dollars, right? So why would he bend the knee to sponsors? If he's being paid by the Saudis way more money than those sponsors. See what I'm saying? If the Saudis bought it, they would look. Vince and Nick Khan and Triple H, they will have more freedom when it comes to how the way they book these shows. Right? We might see more cursing. We might see, they might bring back edgy content because there's no more sponsors breathing down their necks. He won't have to call any stockholders. Not anymore. Why does he need stockholders in? Bro, he has Saudi money. They got unlimited wealth now. They are set for life. No more budget cuts. If somebody gets cut, it's because they suck. There's no reason to cut back on people's contracts if Saudi's paying you bank. So that is a upside if the Saudis bought it. And another upside is they will let Vince, Triple H, and Nick Khan do anything they want to. They are not going to run these shows. They are just the funders. They are just the funders who are going to back everything that they do when it comes to money. That's it. They are going to be silent partners. That's it. They are going to let Vince and Triple H do what they do. They are just going to sit back and just fund it. Same thing like the UFC. Right? Look, when it comes to Dana White, he does not own the UFC. He's the face of it. He runs it, but he don't own it. That's going to be Vince. The Saudis, they would want Vince to be in charge based on the fact that, okay, it's his company. They don't know a damn thing about pro wrestling, so they want Vince to be back in charge, right? That's common sense. Dog, they don't interfere when it comes to business. When it comes to how the way a company is ran, dog, I'm telling you, the Saudis, they are kind of carefree. They allow you to do anything you want to do. If you want to sign this guy, okay, they will look into it and they will give you the money to pay him. Right? Let's say, I don't know, if Vince wants to sign, I don't know, John Jones or something, the Saudis will pay John Jones any price he wants to be paid as. That's all. The Saudis, they will give you a budget, and they will allow you to spend any kind of money you want, as long as you know what you're doing. That's their mindset. Let's talk about Live Golf, right? Do you know what Live Golf is? Live Golf is a Saudi-funded golf league. They stole all of the top golfers from the PGA Tour. You know why? Because they pay more money. They have contracts now. The PGA, they don't pay contracts. Everybody is an independent contractor for the damn PGA. They get paid off sponsors. That's how golfers get paid from the PGA. They get paid off sponsors. When it comes to Live Golf, they get paid like they're real athletes. They are under contract, which means Live Golf, when it comes to quality, they are way better than the PGA Tour. They help golfers more when it comes to their money future. They treat their golfers with way more respect. That's what the Saudis do. The Saudis, they love American sports. They treat American athletes like gods, right? Look at Goldberg. Goldberg is a god in Saudi Arabia. Brock Lesnar is a god there. Taker, he is a god. John Cena, he is a god over there. Randy Orton, he is a god in Saudi Arabia. They love American professional athletes. They treat them like gods. That's what they do. So when it comes to Live Golf, dog, they don't run anything. All the Saudis do is just fund that league. That's all they do. They are silent partners. The people who run that league are actually people from America. They hired golfers who are retired, and they hired Americans who know about golf. They hired them to run their league. The Saudis, they don't do a damn thing. All they're doing is funding that league. That's it. They don't do a damn thing, bruh. Their job is to fund that league. But they allow whoever they put in charge, it's their league. You do what you do, we will pay you. as long as you know what you're doing. Obviously, they do. Live Golf is very successful. Dog, they tried to pay Tiger Woods $800 million. Live Golf is the real deal. That is a Saudi Arabia funded golf league that's now better than a PGA Tour. They signed Phil Mickelson to a fat contract. They almost had Tiger Woods, but he said no. But all the top golfers from the PGA, they are going to the Saudis, because the Saudis, they treat their golfers way better, and they pay them more. That's what the Saudis do. The Saudis, they have a great track record when it comes to running a sports club. A great track record. They are just silent partners who are just fans of sports. They only hire the best. They want to hire people who have knowledge about that sport. They will pay them to let them do their thing, as long as they get a good return on their investment. If the Saudis buy the WWF, that is an investment. They are not going to do a damn thing besides just freaking fund it. They are going to sit back and just be quiet and let Vince, Triple H, and Nick Khan do what they do. Right? Now, let's get back to people who don't know how this world works. People who don't know how the United States of America works. This is insane. It's like, wow, like, are you sure you people are from my country? It don't seem like it. How can you not know about the laws in your own country? You don't have to Google it. It's common knowledge. Like, so I'm hearing people saying they are afraid for Sami Zayn if they were to be bought by Saudi Arabia. Like, why? What power would they have? No power. Look, wow, man. You don't gotta be a genius to figure this out. What they do in Saudi Arabia, that's their country, their rules, their laws. The Saudi Arabia laws do not apply in the United States of America, which means they can't fire you for having different beliefs. That's illegal on U.S. soil. That's illegal. The government can actually shut you down if you were to fire somebody because of their beliefs. It's illegal to fire somebody because of their race and because of their beliefs or their gender. It's illegal. You can sue. So by your logic, why would they risk firing Sami Zayn just so Sami can actually sue them? Because that's what he would do. Sami is a SJW. He is a social justice warrior. He would sue them. And guess what? He would win. You can't fire somebody for having a different belief than you. That's illegal. Sami can fire them. Sami can sue him. And Sami would win. So why are you scared for Sami Zayn? The Saudis have no power over him in this country. Like, what are we talking about here? Dog, women in Saudi, they can't show their face. Here in America, it's the opposite, obviously, right? Here in America, it's the opposite. So what Saudi laws can they enforce on U.S. soil? Bruh, there's laws out here. There's rules and laws that don't apply to Saudi Arabia. Like, people, come on, kids, y'all gotta stay in school. Like, please, stay in school. Sammy can sue them. You can't fire your employee because of his race. The hell? Like, are you trying to get sued? Are you trying to be shut down? If the Saudis bought it, Sammy will be safe. But obviously, I guess he can't wrestle in Crown Jewel, but who cares? Whatever. But they have no legal grounds to fire Sami Zayn because of his beliefs. This is America. This company was built in America. But at the end of the day, this is America. You can't fire somebody because of their beliefs. But so let's go to the women's division. Why are people scared of the women's division? Once again, for the 1000th time, Saudi Arabia laws do not apply to the United States. Dog, who are my subs? I have to go to my YouTube studio. I gotta check to see how old are my subs. Y'all gotta be like, what, 10 years old? Do I have kid subs? I think I do. I think I have children who are subbed to my channel, which I hate. I don't want kids following me. It's like, bro, I ain't your daddy, man. Why do I gotta hold your hand like I'm your father? Like, this is insane. Like, you don't know about how U.S. laws work? Bro, if the Saudis got rid of women's wrestling, you might as well shut down the WWF because the government will get involved. That's a class action lawsuit. If they fired all the females in that company and got rid of the women's division, that is a class action lawsuit that they would win. The women would win that lawsuit. You can't fire somebody because of their gender. It's by law, every company has to hire a female employee. These are facts. Every company has to hire both genders. You can't fire every female in the company just because those are your beliefs. No, that's a lawsuit. There's laws. Those are the laws in America. You have to hire a freaking female on your books. These are the laws in America. So, by that logic, the Saudis will have no power, no legal ground, no legal standing to get rid of women's wrestling. These girls are workers. These girls are employees. Can you imagine Walmart firing all of their female staff? Right? That's the same thing, bro. This is a company, right? Imagine a company firing all the women just because they are women. You know what I'm saying? That is the law, bruh. That is a lawsuit waiting to happen. You can't do that. That's illegal. You can get your company shut down. They can sue you for billions of dollars, bruh. And they would win that class action lawsuit. Imagine, we're gonna fire Becky Lynch because she is a female. Imagine, we are going to fire Charlotte Flair because she is a female? What? Bruh, the Saudis They allowed women to wrestle in their country. Of course they are covered up, but who cares? That is one step forward. They are allowing females to wrestle. Bruh, take what you can get. Let me say that once again. They are allowing women to wrestle now? So why would they get rid of females if they are allowing females to wrestle at Crown Jewel? Like, please, man, y'all gotta stay in school, man. Hit the books. Take a break from wrestling. It's like, do your research. Hit the books. Learn your laws in your country. Because obviously you don't know a damn thing about the United States of America. Imagine Becky is being paid millions of dollars. Same as Charlotte. Imagine firing those two women. Imagine that kind of backlash. Imagine we got tons of women on this roster. Now we are gonna cut the women's division. You think Vince would allow that? You think Triple H would allow that? Dog, the Saudis are just funders. They don't want anything to do with the day-to-day operations. Same as the UFC. Dana White runs that company, but he don't own it. He don't fund it. His bosses are bigger bosses. That's the point. His job is to be the face of that brand. Same as Vince. So there's tons of upside. Because now I think the shackles are off now. If the Saudis buy it, the shackles are off. I think we might see more shows that might be edgy. Because now Vince is not going to kiss the ass of sponsors. Who cares if he loses money on sponsors? Who cares? He has Saudi money. This dude has Arab money now, right? He can book these shows any way he wants to now. Because look, the only people he has to impress are freaking Saudi Arabia. Dude, when you watch Crown Jewel, does it look different? No. They let Vince and Triple H book Crown Jewel any way they want to. All that pyro, dude. The Saudis, when it comes to the Saudis, they got money on top of money. Hence, all that pyro you see at Crown Jewel. Dude, Vince, he bleeds these people dry when it comes to money. Vince is their pimp. He pimps the Saudis. That's why I think Vince wants them to buy it. Because they are marks for wrestling. And here's why. Dog, I said it in my last video. A couple of years back, this is what I heard. I think it was the first Crown Jewel show. I heard they wanted to bring in the Ultimate Warrior. I heard they wanted to bring in Andre the Giant. Let that sink in. They think the Warrior is still alive. They think Andre is still alive. They don't know a damn thing about pro wrestling. If they think that the Ultimate Warrior is still alive, they wanted to bring in the Ultimate Warrior. Right? Have you noticed? They always bring Goldberg back. They always bring Brock back, Taker, those big names, right? For those big ass paydays. Because those are the only people they know. They only know big names from the past. That's the point I'm trying to make. They don't know a damn thing about pro wrestling. Vince pimps them. Vince is their pimp. Vince brainwashes those Saudis. He can do anything he wants to. That's why he wants them to buy it. So there's no downside. If the Saudis buy it, there's zero downside. In fact, that company will get better, because if they buy it, there's going to be no rules on how they book TV. No more rules. Hell, it might low-key be similar to the Attitude Era in terms of there's no more shackles. There's no more booking around your sponsors. You can say, all you sponsors, y'all can go to hell. We are going to book this show any way we want to, because we got money on top of money. We don't need your money. That's why this is a good thing if those Saudis buy it. That's it, I'm done.